Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's about as dry as a week-old chapati, but about 1,000 times more important to India's future, the Uniform Civil Code. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, Uniform Civil Code, that sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry in a library. And you'd be right, it doesn't exactly scream must-see TV, but trust me on this, because we're about to unpack the top 10 reasons why this seemingly dull topic could be absolutely game-changing for India. Buckle up, because things are about to get informative up in here. First up, let's talk about national unity. India, as we know, is a glorious tapestry of cultures, languages, and religions. It's like a beautiful, chaotic rainbow threw up on a map, and frankly, I mean that in the best way possible. But here's the thing. While celebrating diversity is fantastic, governing based on that diversity can get real messy real fast. See, right now, different religious communities in India have different personal laws governing things like marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption. It's like having different traffic rules depending on the color of your car. Utterly chaotic and utterly inefficient. A uniform civil code, however, says, hold on, we're all citizens of India first and foremost. It argues for a single set of laws that apply equally to everyone, regardless of their religious beliefs. Think of it like a standardized electrical socket. Right now, India has a jumble of different plugs, and good luck finding the right adapter for your legal needs. A uniform civil code would be like having one standard socket for everyone, making life simpler and more efficient. Now, some might argue that this infringes on religious freedom, but here's the counterpoint. Shouldn't the law of the land supersede personal laws when it comes to fundamental rights? A uniform civil code doesn't say you can't practice your religion. It just says everyone plays by the same rules on basic legal matters. Ultimately, a unified legal system could be a powerful symbol of national unity, binding the country together under a common set of principles. It's about saying we may be different, but we're all in this together, and that, my friends, is a message worth rallying behind. Next up, let's talk about those pesky religious divisions, which, let's be honest, have haunted India for far too long. And look, I'm not here to point fingers or rehash history. We all know that religion, while a source of comfort and community for many, can also be weaponized to divide and discriminate. Now, a uniform civil code isn't some magic wand that will erase centuries of religious tension overnight, but it could be a huge step towards creating a more just and equitable society. How? By ensuring everyone is subject to the same law, regardless of their faith. We level the playing field. No more separate laws for different religions, which can often lead to inequality and resentment. Imagine a courtroom where justice is blind to your religious identity. That's the kind of India a uniform civil code strives for. It's about dismantling the legal barriers that have kept communities apart for far too long. Of course, implementing such a code would require sensitivity and careful consideration of diverse viewpoints. Nobody's saying it's going to be easy, but by fostering dialogue and finding common ground, India can move towards a future where religious harmony isn't just a dream, but a reality. So while a uniform civil code might not be a magic wand, it could be a powerful tool for bridging religious divides and building a more united India. And that, my friends, is something worth striving for. Now, let's talk about something everyone loves, development. Because, let's face it, squabbling over outdated personal laws isn't exactly a recipe for economic progress. Instead of focusing on critical issues like poverty, education, and healthcare, precious time and resources get bogged down in legal complexities and religious debates. It's like trying to build a skyscraper while arguing about the color of the blueprints. A uniform civil code, however, could free India from this cycle of division and redirect that energy towards meaningful development. With a clear and consistent legal framework, the government can focus on enacting policies that benefit all citizens, regardless of their faith. It's about streamlining the system, reducing bureaucracy, and creating a more investor-friendly environment. Think of it this way. A unified legal code is like laying a strong foundation for a house. It provides stability, clarity, and a level playing field for everyone involved. And when the foundation is strong, you can build a pretty impressive structure on top of it. So by shifting the focus from divisive policies to a unified legal system, India can unlock its true potential and propel itself towards a brighter future. Now, you might be thinking, okay, John, a uniform civil code sounds great in theory, but has this ever actually worked anywhere else? And the answer is absolutely. In fact, many countries around the world have successfully implemented uniform civil codes, and they're reaping the benefits. Take France, for example. They've had a uniform civil code since the French Revolution, and it's been instrumental in creating a secular and egalitarian society. Or look at Turkey, a predominantly Muslim country that adopted a uniform civil code in the 1920s to modernize its legal system and promote gender equality. And it's not just Europe. Countries like Indonesia and Mauritius, with their own unique cultural and religious landscapes, have also adopted forms of a uniform civil code to varying degrees of success. Now, I'm not saying India should just copy-paste another country's legal system. Every nation has its own unique context and challenges. But by studying these international examples, India can learn valuable lessons about what works, what doesn't, and how to tailor a uniform civil code to its own specific needs. So, how can India learn from these global examples? Well, for starters, it's crucial to study the implementation process. How did these countries navigate the inevitable pushback and resistance? What strategies did they use to build consensus and ensure a smooth transition? For example, France engaged in extensive public debate and consultation before implementing its uniform civil code. They recognized that such a significant change required buy-in from the people it would affect. Similarly, India can learn from Turkey's focus on education and awareness campaigns to familiarize citizens with the new legal framework. By clearly communicating the benefits of a uniform civil code and addressing concerns head-on, India can build public support for this critical reform. It's not about imposing a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about adapting successful models to fit India's unique social fabric. By studying these international examples, India can chart a course towards a uniform civil code that strengthens national unity, promotes Let's be honest, navigating India's legal system can feel like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. It's complex, it's time-consuming, and frankly, it's enough to make your head spin. But imagine a system where the law is the same for everyone, regardless of their background. No more sifting through different personal laws, no more confusion or ambiguity. Just one clear, consistent set of rules for everyone to follow. Sounds pretty good, right? That's the beauty of a single set of laws. It simplifies the legal landscape, making it easier for citizens to understand their rights and obligations. No more needing a law degree to figure out which rules apply to you. This simplification also benefits the judicial system itself. With fewer conflicting laws to interpret, judges can focus on delivering justice swiftly and efficiently. It streamlines court proceedings, reduces backlogs, and ensures everyone has equal access to a fair and impartial hearing. Now, a simpler legal system isn't just about convenience, it's about accessibility. Because let's face it, for many Indians, navigating the current legal labyrinth is not just confusing, it's downright daunting. It's expensive, time-consuming, and often out of reach for those who need it most. But imagine a system where the law is clear, concise, and readily available to everyone. No more needing to hire expensive lawyers just to decipher legal jargon. A uniform civil code could empower citizens by making the law more accessible and understandable. Think of it like this. A simpler legal system is like having a well-lit path through a dense forest. It provides clarity, direction, and a sense of security for everyone who travels through it. It ensures that justice is not a privilege reserved for the wealthy or well-connected, but a right accessible to all. All right, let's talk about an issue close to my heart, gender equality, because, let's be honest, when it comes to personal laws in India, women often get the short end of the stick. Many existing personal laws contain discriminatory provisions that disadvantage women in matters of marriage, divorce, inheritance, and property rights. But a uniform civil code has the potential to change that. By implementing a single set of laws that uphold the principle of equality for all genders, India can take a giant leap towards dismantling these archaic and unjust practices. Imagine a system where women have equal rights to inheritance, where they have an equal say in marriage and divorce, and where their voices are heard loud and clear in the legal system. Of course, changing deeply ingrained societal norms takes time and effort, but a uniform civil code can be a powerful catalyst for change. paving the way for a more just and equitable society for all genders. It's about time, India. Now let's talk about something nobody enjoys: legal disputes. They're messy, they're expensive, and they often leave everyone feeling bitter and resentful. And let's be real, the current system with its conflicting personal laws is a breeding ground for legal battles. But imagine a system with a single set of laws governing personal matters. A uniform civil code could significantly reduce the number of legal disputes arising from conflicting interpretations of personal laws. It's like clearing a minefield of potential legal battles, creating a more harmonious and less litigious society. With fewer disputes clogging up the courts, the judicial system can focus on more pressing matters, such as criminal justice and civil disputes unrelated to personal laws. It's about freeing up resources, streamlining the legal process, and creating a more efficient and just system for everyone. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 reasons why India needs a uniform civil code. It's about fostering national unity, promoting gender equality, simplifying the legal system, and creating a more just and equitable society for all citizens. Now, I know this is a complex and sensitive issue, and implementing a uniform civil code in a country as diverse as India won't be easy. It will require careful consideration, open dialogue, and a willingness to compromise. But the potential rewards are enormous. By embracing a uniform civil code, India can break free from the shackles of outdated personal laws and embrace a future where justice, equality, and unity prevail. It's about time India lives up to its founding principles of secularism and equality for all. A uniform civil code is not just a legal reform, it's a step towards a brighter and more united future for the world's largest democracy. Well, folks, that was a lot to unpack. I hope you found this deep dive into the Uniform Civil Code informative, if not slightly less dry than a week-old chapati. Now, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on implementing a Uniform Civil Code in India? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insightful content exploring the critical issues facing India and the world. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think about implementing a uniform civil code in India. Stay tuned for more insightful content.